Don't do it. It's not worth it. You should be living your life. You should be living your life with no kind of one. That's different than wanting to be in a whole friend group every 5 seconds. I did not get into a relationship until my senior year. Oh, excuse me sniffling. I have a look. I'm like a mini. It's Tuesday, September 10th. Don't want, let me change the battery. Hey guys, it's Nikayla and welcome back to my channel. I kinda just reached back in my dorm from my lab class. Today's video is gonna be a girl talk because it was like, well, we all girls, you know, it's kind of cool to have to hear like another person's perspective, especially as like somebody that's probably like going into high school or like starting like middle school. You wanna like get the gist of life. Let me give an introduction in case you're new. Hi, my name is Nikayla. I am a freshman at FSC, majoring in marine biology with a minor in environmental studies. Yeah, I think that's all you need to know about me right now. Okay, so let's touch on the first thing since I already mentioned it. College life. Like going to school, you know, you always heard your teacher, like, you know, some teachers would say college is harder than this. The work is nothing to play around with. You need to make sure that you are your A game still. And then some teachers would tell you like, those professors don't care. College is really up to you. They will not sit down there and baby you. And I agree with both sides. I go to FSC. It is a private college. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been on my A game, so I can't say how like the switch from not being on your A game to being on your A game is gonna be. But I am gonna tell you that it's gonna be rough though, because I haven't been in college. This wouldn't make it a month since I've been here. I've been here since like I started classes in 19. It's only like the 8th. About 3 weeks now, and I have 2 tests on Thursday and another test on Friday, and then my next test is gonna be next week Friday, and then I have quizzes for psychology every Wednesday and every Tuesday night and every Thursday night. That's due the next day. And yeah. Let me tell y'all, it's not gonna be easy, but then it also depends on your major and like what you're doing. But some tips that I could give if you're going into college or even if you're going into high school, you need to make sure that you're organized. You need to make sure that you have a planner. Like even if you don't use your planner, you need to make sure you have your calendar, because like for my calendar, I have it set up on the front of my phone so that anytime I open my phone to go and look at like notifications, it'll always tell me like, oh, what classes I have next or what's going on, you know, because I'm always gonna check my phone time or something. Even on my watch, it's there too. So even if I'm looking at my watch, it's right there, so I could never lose track of what's going on. For homework, we use Canvas, so it's kind of always there, but I also always write down. I have a planner, a small little pink planner as well, that I write down all my information on, because sometimes I could forget. I'm not gonna lie, I be forgetting sometimes. I be forgetting, and ain't no shame in forgetting, you know. But like all the classes I need to attend, it's right down my phone. But all my homework and stuff I need to do, it's either on the online calendar or I have it written down in my planner. And do not procrastinate. Oh my gosh, I feel like in high school it's like, oh well, you know, you could turn that in next week, you could turn. No, do not procrastinate. Like even if your teacher is lenient, don't procrastinate, because it's always gonna catch up to you. It's gonna come to a point where you're left behind, and at that point now that teacher might not want to be able to go back and help you catch up, because that's not their responsibility. You are a grown adult. You need to make sure that you're on top of your game. Nobody should be babying you to make sure you're on top of your game. So yeah, don't procrastinate. Get out of that habit from in high school, because it's gonna have nights where you be like, you're up at 2 o'clock in the morning doing projects and doing work, and you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person unless you have to, like, but if you don't have to, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Because if you always set yourself, say for example that due date is Friday, If you're telling yourself mentally that that due date is Wednesday, it's gonna push yourself to get it done more if you try to be on top of your A game. Because now you always, not that you always know, but once you have that work done by Wednesday and you turn it in, now you have those little extra 2 days to relax, and you don't have to be stressing about, oh my gosh, internet problems, no connection, no power. Like, you don't have to stress about none of that. But to speak from my college experience of how we've been so far, college is actually really amazing. College is actually pretty cool. You get to meet a lot of new people, and the diversity is crazy. Especially being from the islands, it's like, oh my gosh, a lot of people are like from the hometown, but then it's also like a lot of people like from places like Alabama or like Minnesota or something. Like, yeah, it's different. It's very different because back home, I eat in my mommy food during the week, and then when the weekends come, I eat at Wendy's, Pizza Hut, cream and crab like every weekend. But when you're out here, the dining hall be switching up their menus. They be having like little things going on, like make your own pizza and stuff like that, or like you always have like options, like you have Uber Eats and stuff like that, and it's just different, you know. It's different. The people are different, not like in a bad way. People are different, and like sometimes I be having to like repeat myself. But like for this past week now, people been like giving me the looks, you know. And then they finally ask me like, where you from? And I'd be like, the Virgin Islands, or like St. Thomas, and they'd be like, oh, okay, yeah. But college life has been pretty amazing, so I can't complain so far. The work has been working. I'm not gonna lie, the work has been working, but it's okay. It's actually pretty good. It's going great. Friendships. I have like 3 subtopics for this, so let's deal with the first one. So fake friends. Fake friends could be so obvious to find, and then sometimes it cannot, because some of them could hide in disguise, guys. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I had my set of fake friends, not a set. I had my sets of fake friends. Okay, I had my sets, plural. And I am the type of person that's gonna just chill, you know. Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. But I don't talk much if I don't know you, and if I do know you, then I'm going to talk to you, but I won't spill my business to you. Only person that should know, supposed to know my business is myself, because it's my business. But fake friends, there's always a red flag. Like, they're there to support you, but they're not really there to support you. Like, you will tell them about your accomplishments, and it's like, okay, that's amazing. Or if you tell them about your accomplishments, they might be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But how about you don't do that and then do something else? Or like sometimes you just end up finding out in the worst way ever. Like, I know that some people find out through like social media, like messages getting leaked, and like they're talking about you behind your back, and it could hurt, because they're gonna be like, I really thought you were my friend, but no, you're not. It gonna it gonna hurt. Sometimes it's always those friends that you told the most personal things to that stab you in the back. Fake friends are the worst, but it also allows for you to know that if you ever make a new set of friends, you know your boundaries with those sets of friends. Like, you need to be focusing on yourself and not having people that's talking behind your back every 5 seconds. Making friends. I'm not one to really talk on this topic, but I'm the worst with making friends. I learned from a young age with jealousy and friends, they don't mix together. And sometimes you just have to grow up and realize that if you have those 2 people sticking beside of you, then you're going to keep walking with those same 2 people. Because some people have intentions where they just like you because of what you did or what you do. And that's why I don't like to tell people what I did or what I do, because I want you to be friends with me because of the person that I am right now, and not because of all the accolades or awards that I won, or like all the things that I did. I want you to be friends with me because of the person that I am outside of that person. If you know what I mean. Like, I want you to be friends with me or be my acquaintance because I'm Nikila, not because I'm the girl who got this or I'm the girl who got that. I want you to be friends or acquaintances with me because I'm Nikila. Like, for my true pure self, not the hard-working academic self, myself right now. So yeah, I always say that you know your friends. Deep down, you're gonna know who your true friends are, and it's not gonna happen in a month. It's probably not gonna happen in 6 months. It might take a year to be like, okay, that's my friend. But you're gonna always know. There's gonna always be signs. Like, they might not pop up at the moment, but there's always gonna be signs. Always, always, always. Losing friends. Losing friends is like fake friends, but it kind of hurts more because I had my fair share of losing friends, and I didn't care. I didn't care because of the reason why I lost them. Because it was like, oh my gosh, it was like, okay. Because like I said, there's always signs. Like, there's always a reason for something to happen. Something isn't gonna just happen to happen. There's always going to be a reason behind it. It's for you though to figure out that reason, because sometimes it's not gonna be right in your face. Sometimes you really need to sit down and just think and be like, that person is not for me. Like, losing friends gonna help people, but it'll be for the better of it. Because if that person was your true friend and you guys had a problem, you would sit down and talk about it. They would not leave and go talk about you behind your back. Trust and believe that one. True friends are gonna want to sit down and fix the problem. Even in relationships, like, you're gonna want to sit down and fix the problem. Not get up and go talk about that person behind their back and then expect everything to be okay. No, 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 no. Friends, friend groups, friendships, it's gonna be hard. But once you find that right group of people, once you find your ilk, it's all worth it. It was all worth the stress. Trust me. Next topic is relationships. I feel like this is such a big one for some people because I mentioned it in like a long video that I had before, like right when I started posting on my channel. Probably like back in June or like early July. But if you're my thing is that you should not get into a relationship until you are mentally ready. Like, I feel like mentally a maturity really hits for some people from 11th grade and up. But when you're first entering like high school, from like 9th to 10th grade, those should be the years that you get to feel the school, you know. You get to figure out what you want to do. You get to figure out your ilk. Like, don't be like trying to get a boyfriend because your friend probably have a boyfriend. Don't do it. I haven't experienced that, but from seeing people, don't do it because it puts so much stress on you. So that's like, aside from like that's relationship stress, school stress, there's still your other personal life stress. Like, then if you do extracurricular activities, that's extracurricular activity stress. Like, don't do it to yourself because it's not worth it. Unless you know that you're mentally ready and your maturity level is up there, then you do you. From 10th down, you should be living your life. You should be living your life with no kind of wall. You should be living and having fun. 9th grade should be the year where you like getting to see all the school have to offer to you. Then 10th grade is the year kind of like chilling out, but like you get to see what to expect as an upcoming junior. And then junior year just be so stressful. Well, my junior year was very stressful, but everybody's experience is different. And then senior year is senior year. I did not get into a relationship until my senior year. Don't be peer pressured. Don't be peer pressured into doing nothing that you don't want to do. Because at the end of the day, if you don't want to do it, you're gonna know. There's gonna be something inside of you just regretting that you ever made that decision. So don't lose your virginity at a young age because you might be peer pressured. Like, it's okay. You don't need to be ashamed. Like, I feel like that's such a thing growing up too for some people in certain places. Like some people feel like you must have like your first kiss by like 15 or something, or like you must lose your virginity by like 16 or something. Like, no, you don't do nothing until you're ready to do something, and then when you're ready to do it, then you're ready to do it. But don't ever let nobody peer pressure you into doing nothing that you don't want to do. Relationship wise, personal life wise, don't ever let nobody tell you what to do. But yeah, enjoy the time while you have it. Like, enjoy it. Don't be trying to get in a relationship in high school because you think high school is high school and you must be in a relationship. You don't need to be in a relationship in high school. You need to be focusing on those grades and living your life in high school. Motivation. Like even like academic motivation or like personal motivation. For that, I always say that you have to find your true self. Like you have to know what you really want in life. Some people motivation is music. Some people motivation is dance. Some people motivation is their future. My motivation is my future. My motivation is me knowing that I want to be to a certain place later on in life. That is how I get through every single day, okay? Like knowing that my parents are successful, I want to also be successful and like make a name for myself. Like I'm gonna be I'm not putting it into the atmosphere. I'm gonna be Dr. King one day. I'm gonna be having a PhD in probably marine mammalogy. Yeah. So when y'all see that, just know that I had manifested from now. I have my support system, and my motivation is knowing that I want to be to this place. I want to be at this point in my life in the next 2 years or in the next 3 years. Like I want to be there. Like it's not an if but or maybe. If I fail, I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna try it again. If I fail, I'm gonna get back up and I'm gonna try it again. So sometimes you just have to find that one thing that no matter the situation in life, that it's always gonna be there, that like it always just excites you, you know? Like I go to college every day, like I be on my phone every day and like seeing all of these like marine mammals or like marine organisms and talking to like doctors, professors at my school. It's like I want to be there. I will be there one day in my life. Honestly, that's my motivation for getting up every day, like waking up at, cause some days it's like, do I really want to wake up at 5 o'clock? But I really need to wake up at 5 o'clock, because if I don't wake up at 5 o'clock, nobody's gonna wake me up. I need to take responsibility for my own actions and get out there and do what I have to do. And that's how I live life. Like, so yeah, I think that's what I have to say for motivation. Like, you just have to kind of find yourself. You have to find yourself. It's not gonna happen overnight, and it's not gonna happen sometimes in 6 months. Sometimes it just takes time, and with time comes progress. Even if you go down the steps, you're gonna come back up. Even if you go down another step, you're gonna come back up. You have to find your way and know that the end goal is gonna be what you imagined if you keep pushing for what you want. Self-love. I feel like self-love and motivation plays into each other, because for you to love your own self, you have to be able to do things by yourself. Like you can't be dependent on other people to be there for you all the time, because at the end of the day, everybody lives their own life. You have to know how to be proud of yourself if nobody else is proud of you. You have to learn how to just work by yourself if nobody else can work with you. Growing older and like losing friends and like having to do stuff on my own, I was able to like just be at peace with being by myself. Like be at peace with doing this by myself. Getting yourself in a routine also helps, because like I had a strict schedule of at least waking up by 6 o'clock back home, to leave the house by 6:20, 6:30 the latest to go to school. And being able to get yourself in a consistent routine and just have fun by yourself plays into everything. Like even if you go on like monthly self dates, you know, like even washing your hair by yourself is just enjoying your time by yourself. Self-love. Like, and you just have to grow to realize that, like, once again, it's not gonna be easy to like find motivation or to even like find self-love, because self-love isn't like, I don't want to say like self-love is the same as loving yourself, because you could love yourself and still not be okay with being alone and enjoying time by yourself. Because even if you have that one person that you enjoy doing things with, that's different than wanting to be in a whole friend group every 5 seconds. We all have to grow into our own person, and it's not gonna happen overnight. Trust and believe that one. It's not gonna happen overnight, and it's gonna take time. Time depends on you, depends on what's going on with you, and depends on the determination and purpose that you have for doing something. But yeah, that's kind of all that I have to say for this little small goal talk, because like I do have stuff coming up this week, so I couldn't really film like a long video, because school is important. It's very important, trust. So yeah, I didn't have time to like film like a long video, because I really just need to focus on my schoolwork and myself this week. But yeah, like I can't even talk about much because I am a girl that stays home, does not go with friends. I I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do those. I don't do those activities. I don't. So there was only so much I could talk about because I'm not going to go out there and put false information out there because I want to make sure that I'm talking to you guys from my personal perspective and experiences. I can't just go based off. I can't just only go based off of what I see. I want to be able to I'm telling you guys how it felt from my point of view to being in that situation. And yeah, so there's only so much I could talk to you guys about in a ghost talk. But yeah, just life is life, guys. Okay, y'all probably heard me say that before, but life is life, and life is gonna life. Life is gonna life. It's gonna life in a good way, and it's gonna life in a bad way. But at the end of the day, I always tell myself that no matter how bad my day might have been, I'm gonna always find out one good thing that I could keep myself, that I could know that okay, I had this one good thing to keep me going, you know? Because life is inevitable. You never know, like change is inevitable. Like your life is gonna change. Like that's like no doubt. Question is when and how. But when the time comes for it to have changed, that's for you to develop your own self. Like you can't keep living life with a childish mentality and maturity. Eventually you're gonna have to grow to keep going. Like because eventually you're gonna run into people that doesn't want to deal with that childish mentality. Like that's not saying that you must grow up from young. Like enjoy your years. But you also need to make sure that you separate yourself from what's important or what's not important. Like from what you need to be mature about and what you don't need to be mature about. Like just stay focused. Have that ultimate goal for yourself to keep going. Because even if it's a small goal, like making a 100 on a test, keep those goals going because they're gonna be the reason that you keep pushing. Like even if you don't have a support system, you have to be your own support system sometimes. It's always gonna be worth it in the end, and it is for you to make it worth it. Like if you're doing something that you don't want to do, stop doing it. Oh, excuse me sniffling, I have a little I have like a mini cold. Like we're gonna have those times where we going up and we fall back down, but you have to keep going. That's just how life is. Like not even the most successful person in the world has been going on a straight path. They have fallen down a couple times. And sometimes the falling down is needed because sometimes you might get too in over your head or you might need to reconstruct some decisions. The falling down is necessary sometimes for you to be able to find what you really want. Get involved, get out there, and be your true self because no one is better than your true self. Don't fake to be no one that you're not. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can be notified whenever I post another video. And I will see you guys next week.